guys, it's Natalia. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you how I made this oversized framed canvas from scratch. So if you want to learn how I made the canvas box frame, to stretching the canvas, adding a frame around it, and then painting it, just keep watching this video. Also, I will link all of the materials that I used for this project down below in the description box, as well as the link to my blog for step-by-step instructions. So I had been searching for a large piece of artwork to go on our living room wall for quite a while, but I wasn't able to find anything in the size that I wanted and in the price point that I was willing to stay within. But I did come across these beautiful pieces by Emma Bernard, and I absolutely loved the colors. I loved the abstract nature of the pieces. I loved the frames around it. So I decided to use these pieces as my main inspiration. So then I looked to see where I could find a blank oversized canvas, but I wasn't able to find any pre-made canvases in the size that I wanted. But I did come across this site where you can buy custom sized canvases. So I plugged in the dimensions that I wanted, and it came out to be a little bit more expensive than I had hoped. So at that point I figured the only way that I would get the piece of artwork in the size that I wanted was to try and build one myself. So I decided that I wanted a 6 foot by 8 foot canvas. With the frame, the exact dimensions came out to 73.5 inches by 97.5 inches. The materials that I used for this project were pressure treated pine lumber, poplar board, 2-inch screws, 3.5 inch nails, a 12-inch sliding compound miter saw, a cordless drill, a 90-degree corner clamp, a measuring tape, wood glue, a staple gun, paintbrushes, canvas roll, acrylic paint, and black spray paint. You can also check out my blog for exact quantities, sizes, and direct links of all of the materials shown here. Step 1. Measure your wood pieces. This first step seems pretty self-explanatory. However, this is a very important step to ensure your canvas is symmetrical. If your cuts are off by a little, you can end up with a wonky and uneven canvas. Measure your wood pieces to the length of your desired canvas. For this project, I used pressure-treated pine 2x2s for the box frame of the canvas. You will need two 72-inch pieces for the height of the canvas and two 96 inches for the width of the canvas. With a canvas this size, you will also need support pieces to ensure your canvas is sturdy. You will need 4 24-inch corner support pieces and one 69-inch middle support piece. Step 2. Cut your wood pieces. Now that you have your measurements, you're ready to start cutting. Use your miter saw to cut 45-degree angles to make your canvas box. I started with the longest pieces first, cutting one end of the 96-inch wood piece at an inward 45-degree angle and the other end of the wood at an outward 45-degree angle. You're going to want to follow the same steps while cutting your 72-inch wood pieces. By cutting each end of the opposite 45-degree angle, this allows your pieces to come together to make a perfect 90-degree angle. Once you have the pieces for the box of the canvas, next you're going to want to cut your support pieces. You will need one support piece for the middle of the canvas and 4 corner pieces. Cut your middle piece at 69 inches at a straight cut. Then cut your corner support pieces at 24 inches with adjacent 45-degree angles. Step 3. Assemble your canvas box frame. Start by putting together the outer frame of the canvas first, then add your support pieces. Lay your wood cuts so that each corner aligns perfectly with each other. Use your drill to create pilot holes where your screws will adjoin the pieces of wood. Next, add a little bit of wood glue in between the two pieces of wood before connecting the pieces. Use your 90-degree corner clamps to hold your pieces together while you drill in the screws. I recommend using 2-inch screws to join the wood pieces together. Once you have your canvas box frame, you can add your support pieces. Using your measuring tape, locate the middle of your canvas box frame. This is where you want your middle support piece to go. Add a little bit of wood glue in between the wood pieces before joining. Using your drill, create pilot holes where your screws will adjoin the box frame with the support pieces. Next, connect your corner support pieces by repeating the same steps. Add a little bit of wood glue in between the wood pieces. Using your drill, create pilot holes where your screws will adjoin the box frame with the corner support pieces. Once I was done building the canvas box frame, I brought it inside to see how it looked against the wall. Step 4. Cut your canvas fabric. Roll out your canvas fabric and place your frame on top. I found this roll of prime canvas at my local Hobby Lobby, but you can also use a drop cloth or a flat bed sheet. This is when I realized my canvas wasn't wide enough. This makes it very difficult to stretch and staple your canvas to your box frame. I recommend allowing at least 3 inches of fabric on each side of your canvas in order to stretch and wrap your canvas. Although the size of my canvas was not ideal, I decided to take the risk and try and make it work. Luckily, I knew that I was building a frame around the canvas, so I could cover the sides of my canvas. If your canvas or fabric comes pre-primed, make sure you place the primed side down, facing the floor, and the canvas frame on top. Once you have your frame centered with your canvas, cut the excess fabric. Step 5. Stretch and staple your canvas to the frame. Start in the center of one side of your canvas and work your way to the outer corners of your canvas. Stretch your canvas tight so that the fabric is smooth and staple. Move to the opposite side of your canvas and do the same thing, stretching your canvas in the middle and staple. You will want to alternate sides while stapling to ensure your canvas is stretched as evenly as possible to prevent creases. Make sure to space your staples about 1.5 inches between each staple to ensure your canvas is secure. Once you have completed stapling your entire canvas, I recommend steaming your canvas if you see any creases or dents in the fabric. The steam will help smoothen out the canvas to create a smooth surface before painting. Step 6. Measure your canvas frame pieces. Now that you have your canvas built, it's time to build the frame. The frame will need to be slightly bigger than your canvas. For this canvas, I measured my horizontal wood pieces at 97.5 inches wide and my vertical pieces at 73.5 inches tall. Place your frame wood pieces up against your canvas and measure your wood cuts. Step 7. Cut your frame pieces. Using your miter saw, cut your frame pieces at a beveled 45-degree angle. Cut each end of your wood piece at an opposite beveled 45-degree angle. Step 8. Paint your frame. Now that you have your frame pieces cut, it's time to paint the frame. I decided to paint my frame black since I wanted my artwork to be a neutral abstract piece. You can also stain your frame for a more natural finish. I used 2 coats of flat black spray paint to paint my frame pieces. Spray an even coat of spray paint on all 4 boards, then let them dry. Once your boards are dry, flip the boards over and spray the other side. Once both sides are dry, go back and apply your second coat of paint. Let your frame dry for about an hour. Step 9. Paint your canvas. Now that you have this oversized plain canvas, you're ready to start painting. There are so many different styles and methods of painting, so this is where you can get creative. I wanted a large, neutral, abstract piece of artwork to serve as a statement piece for our living room. I decided to recreate the piece by adding my own flair to it. I used a combination of wall paint and acrylic paint to achieve my desired color scheme and texture. Painting is a matter of trial and error. Get creative and don't be afraid to experiment with bold colors. The great thing about canvas art is that if you mess up or you end up hating it in a few months down the road, you can always paint over it. Step 10. Assemble your frame. The last step is adding your frame to your canvas. Lay your canvas on a flat surface and place your frame pieces up against your canvas. Make sure the corners of your frame align perfectly. Remember, this is the piece that's going to take your painting to the next level, so you want to make sure it looks perfect. Now that you have your frame pieces centered, you're going to want to attach the frame to the canvas using 3.5-inch nails. You'll need a nail that's long enough to go through the frame as well as the canvas. I used 6 nails for the horizontal side and 5 nails for the vertical side. Once you've nailed your frame to your canvas, you can go back with wood filler and fill the nail holes. You can then use a tiny bit of black paint to touch up the holes. After adding the frame and hanging the canvas, I went back and finished the painting. It made it easier to paint while it was hanging up on the wall. And that's it. Now you can sit back, relax, and admire your beautiful masterpiece. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully that inspired some of you guys to create your own pieces of artwork. But if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to watch more videos like these.